Hi everyone, welcome to today's lunch lesson live. It's 12 p.m. Eastern, so hopefully you're having something yummy for lunch. Today's video is going to be on email lists. So if you have ever wondered how to grow an email list or then what to even do with your email list, stick around. You are not going to want to miss today's lunch lesson. So thanks so much for being here. If you're here, give me a little wave or a thumbs up so I know somebody's there. Thanks so much for being here. If you're watching on the live, just type live below. If you're watching on the replay, just type replay below so that I know who's here the day of and who's watching a little bit later. That way I know who's interested in what. So thanks so much for being here. A quick shout out to all the people that voted. Thank you to, it's going to be a long list today, Luciana, Eunice, Ashley, Trisha, Rhonda, Elaine, Yara, and Allison. Thank you so much to all of you for voting on today's topic and everybody who voted. I really appreciate getting to know what you want to learn about. Every week I put out a post or a poll on Tuesdays for you to choose either from a list of topics that you want to learn about, or you can always suggest a topic of your own that would be helpful to you and your business. That's the goal here, is that we want to learn together. I want to be able to help your business, help it grow, and we can all learn together. So thanks so much. Feel free to vote on those, or you can always send me a message and be like, hey, I really want to learn about XYZ, and I would love to share as much as I know on that. So thanks so much for being here. Give me a little shout out. Hi, if you're here, thumbs up. Thanks so much. So today we are going to talk about email lists. If you have an email list that you send out regularly, just type email list. Let me know if you already have something started. If you do not have an email list started, just type not started, right? It might be something you're interested in, but you just haven't even started yet. So I would love to know that information from you. So if you're new here, just a quick background about me. I'm Kristina. I've had a business. I started my first little Etsy shop, 14 years ago, back in 2010. And that's really where I learned how to market a business online, right? It really is a giant field out there of being seen, right? We always think if I build it, people will come, right? If I put out a little Etsy shop, people will come. If I make a website, people will come. And it's just unfortunately not true, right? People are not coming. People are not just finding you, unfortunately, right? That's the goal. So we really have to work at it. We have to figure out a way for us to be seen. And one of those really valuable tools, I think, is the email list, right? Once you've got people to be sort of interested, they might not really know how interested they are, but something you said sparked something. And that would be the email list, that they gave you their information and then you can follow up later. That's really the goal of the email list. So this is for mompreneurs. This is for all business owners, especially I think if you're selling products, right? I really think if you're a product-based business, I really think having an email list is really valuable because, as you know, right, people take certainly multiple touches before they're actually going to buy. But if you're offering services or a product, even if it's a lower cost, a lower end product, up to high end stuff, people take a bit to warm up, especially online, right? We're still a little skeptical of like putting our credit card in or buying something online. So it takes a bit. It takes some nurturing, and it takes some warming up to certainly get people to know about your stuff, but then be comfortable with you in order to actually purchase something. So I think the email list is a great way to do that. So again, a little bit about my background. My husband and I opened our bike shop. We had a bike shop, coffee shop here in Florida. It was really fun. And we loved being a part of our community, right? We really loved welcoming customers in, getting to know our customers in person. And with that, we really had to learn by fire, right? How to get people in our door and figure out how to retain and keep and really get to know customers, and really first customers, right? That's really what we needed. Everybody was a first-time customer. So I really wish I had taken more advantage of our email list back then. Honestly, I was not as website savvy as I am today, and I didn't know the advantage of email, right? In that mindset, I was kind of, that was 2014 is when we started the bike shop, and we were open for 2 years, And I was not in the mindset that email was effective, right? And probably many of you are similar to me, right? We've had our email for quite a number of years and it's a lot of spam, right? It is a lot to sift through. But people are emailing you every single day. A lot of it may be in junk. If you're better at organizing your email than me, right? You probably maybe are only seeing a few, but more likely all of us are getting a lot of emails, inundated. And you'll notice in your own habits as you're scrolling through or in your inbox or however you have your notifications set up on your phone, you are noticing certain businesses every day. You're remembering them, right? Especially if it's like a text or if it's a notification on your phone, you're like, oh yeah, that business. Even if it's just in the back of your mind, you're like, oh yeah, if I needed to contact them, I have their information, right? I know what they're offering. I know what they have going on. So it's just that top of mind attitude, right? If you are in their email, if you're in the inboxes, you are top of mind with your customers. And that's what you want to be, right? If you already have someone, an interested party, you want to let them know what you're doing and that you're still here. Hey, I'm still here. Don't forget about me, right? So that's the goal of the email list. So yeah, with the bike shop, I really wish I would have taken more advantage. Because we had a lot of specials, and we were heavy focused on social media, which I think is really good, and it was the right time for that. And we were certainly more effective on social media than a lot of other businesses. But we definitely did not take advantage of the email list. We were able to get people's, and in person it's a little bit harder, I think, to get people to actually write down. What we ended up having a problem with is if you're going to events, we would certainly go to events and have like an email form, and I think that's definitely something to think about. But we would run into the problem of then having to transcribe, right? People would have terrible handwriting, and we would have to put that then into a computer somehow, right? So certainly nowadays it would be a lot easier maybe to have like an iPad or something where people can just type in their email and it's automatically in there. That would be ideal. So if you have a physical business, if you're going to events and selling in local places, definitely think about some kind of iPad or some way for them to, or maybe on your phone, obviously, if you could just hand them your phone and have them type in their email, that would be ideal. So something to think about, right, about collecting emails. That's really the first step. So I'm going to share with you really 4 tips today on how to grow your email list and then what to do with it. That's the next part, right? That's always a little bit of a challenge. So the first thing, how to grow your email list, right? So you might have a website, you might have a few interested parties, and if you don't have an email list started, it's never too late to start. If you have a website and it's hosted through somebody, so like I have Wix, I love Wix, I think it's so easy, it's just really user friendly. They have an email interface already on the host platform. So if you have a website like that, I know Squarespace has a newsletter capability, Wix obviously does, and so WordPress, if you're doing WordPress, you probably noticed everything is a little bit of a piecemeal. So definitely there would be like some type of widget or something, but I believe it is to connect to an outside email. So that would be like a Constant Contact or MailChimp or something like that. So there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of set up this interface, but I would certainly recommend everyone try to figure out wherever your website is hosted, to figure out if you have a newsletter capability and how you can get email signups. So the first thing is to get people interested, right? And get emails. So that's going to be the first goal. My favorite marketing technique is a freebie, right? If you watched my freebie live a couple of weeks ago, I'll post or I'll comment below the freebie video. It's always in the featured section in this group. So if you are interested in watching any of the past lives, you can check the featured tab at the top of the group, as well as my printables are all in the files tab at the top of the group too. So if you're looking for more information, those are all places to start. But the freebie, that is my favorite marketing strategy, because developing some kind of freebie, right? Everybody wants something for free. That's really great, right? And it gets people interested and it gets them to take action. If you've noticed, if you've been in business for any amount of time, it's hard to get anyone to do anything, right? It's hard to get people to click. It's hard to get people to really do anything. So I really think the best way is to offer something for free. And this was such a great tactic at the bike shop that we used. My goal was to just get people in the door. They would get to know me and then they would buy from me. So I would send out everywhere possible, free cup of coffee. Come in for a free cup of coffee, right? And hope that they would end up buying a bike or getting repair or something like that, right? So that was my tactic. And we ended up getting a lot of people in because of that free cup of coffee. They got something. It was really hard to get people to drive to where we were located, park their car, get out, right? Nothing's gonna motivate you that much as a free cup of coffee. So that was our goal, and that was really effective there. So online, you've really got to think about some type of freebie that would be really helpful to your audience. So whether that's a free tips, a free, maybe it's a self-care beauty routine, maybe it is a recipe, maybe it's something that you offer, right? It could be a free phone call, it could be a free something. So I always think it's a great idea as a business owner to think about what could you give for free, right? What would be really easy for you and effective and in demand of your customer, right? Or something that solves a problem for your customer. That's always, the goal of what we're trying to do and trying to be helpful. So what would help your customers and what can you offer for free? So with that, the freebie should really be behind some kind of pop-up or a landing page or a form where people sign up for your email list. So that would be something you could say the words like, hey, if you're interested in this free printable or this free download, feel free to fill out our form here to sign up for our newsletter, or sign up for our newsletter to get the freebie. And then you can, qualify that with, hey, we only send this, I always try to say I only send once a week, or whatever you want to say, because everyone is skeptical of spam, right? But at the same time, I think so many people are signing up for so many things and getting so many free things. I don't think people even think twice about it once you get enough traffic to kind of get people to be interested. So definitely that is the first one, is use a freebie to grow your email list. And then that's a great easy way to push people to that freebie, right? So if you have a blog, you could have a pop-up or links or buttons or whatever that are also encouraging people to sign up for your freebie. If you have, it could even be a part of your main homepage. If that's where people are going, you could say, hey, we've got this sale going on, but also you can sign up for, don't miss any future sales, sign up for our newsletter, that kind of thing. So those are all great tactics to try to get people to sign up for your newsletter, sign up for your email list. So that's really the goal, get people to sign up. That's number one. And use a freebie, right? A freebie is a great way to do that. And on social media, right? If you have a freebie, certainly getting people from social media, so whether that's Instagram or Facebook, hey, I've got this freebie, and then link over to wherever that sign up is. So it's the form, it's the landing page, it's the pop-up, whatever it is, send people there to get that freebie. So it's okay to advertise for that freebie, right? And get people to go over there. That's a way to connect people from social media to your website and get them in your orbit, in your realm, right? That's really the kind of goal there. So number one, start with a freebie and grow your email list. That's a number one way of getting interest in your email list. Number two is start with a template. So once you've got people kind of interested in signing up for your newsletter, that would be the goal, right? Is to keep pushing people there and get more people to sign up. And this really helps you develop your strategy for, okay, now I've got a system of collecting emails. Now I need a system of sending out a newsletter. So that's really the next step, right? And I see a lot of clients kind of get stuck in this spot, right? They might have collected a few emails or maybe hundreds of emails, but they're not taking that next step of then sending out some sort of newsletter, email blast, whatever you want to call it, right? That's really a gold mine. You've already got people interested for whatever reason. Could be some spammers, right, that found you on the internet, but whatever you have, if you have an email list, the next step then is to follow up with your information. So I always start again with whatever host your website is on. So for me, I have Wix. I also have WordPress, and WordPress is far more complicated, right? So Wix is much easier. I know Squarespace is very easy, user-friendly. So start with a template. So that would be number 2. Pick a template in whatever email space you're in. So MailChimp, Constant Contact, any of those free ones. You could also start with a template there. And pick one that is easy, right? The templates, most of the templates are pretty easy. You can just pop in a picture, you can add in a button, you can add in text, right? It's all very user-friendly. So start with a template that you like, and you could just start with any of them. Some of you can change the background. Some of them might just be more text, and that's great too. And there's a lot of thought, right? You could look into certainly some email. If this is something that's interesting to you, you could figure out what people are saying about effectiveness of certain templates. I think there is some credibility to the idea that more people read the plain text, right? So the plain text emails. And check your own habits, I always say too, right? What emails are you opening? What types of subject lines are catching your attention? Are there certain people that you follow that you really like their email style? Check that out, right? That's something to follow and to think about for your own newsletter method. So definitely start with the template. That's the easiest thing, right? That's really number 2. I said start with a template and make it your own, right? So you can change the colors to match your branding. You can add in a logo. You can obviously put it in your own voice. And I always say, if you're stuck, right, you don't really know what to say, check with AI, right? You can check with ChatGPT and be like, hey, how do I write me an email about, the holidays, stress during the holidays, and how to de-stress. Or business. Are we still there? Oh, there was a, sorry about that. Looks like there was a, thanks for being here. It looks like there was a weird internet connection, so thanks so much for sticking around. But yeah, so choose a template, right? That's the next thing. So after you do a freebie to grow your list, then choose a template. That's the next number 2 step. And then number 3 is pick a schedule. I think certainly once a month is a great place to start, right? If you have not sent out your email list at all, I would start with once a month and give that a try. And then once that gets into a habit, then think about increasing that, right? I do once a week. I think that's plenty. That's about all my mind can handle with my schedule, right? That is about what I can handle. But certainly more often, if you're thinking about a launch or a new product or something like that you really want to push, you could think about more often. So those are all things to kind of think about. And try ChatGPT. That's what I think I was starting before that weird glitchy internet thing happened. But check out ChatGPT. That is definitely that's really my secret number 4 tip, is to try ChatGPT and say, hey, write me an email sequence for warming customers up for a product launch on, XYZ or something like that. But play around with ChatGPT. Give me 10 email subject lines about, recipes for the holidays or something like that. And pick and choose, right? And you can kind of decide what's your voice, what your customers might respond to, and obviously what pertains to your business. So those are all great places to start. So those are my 4 things for today to really get your email list going and be consistent with it. So just to recap, right, number 1 would be use a freebie to grow your list and make sure you have a way of capturing emails with that form, pop-up, landing page, whatever, and send people there. Number 2 would be pick a template from whatever email system you're using, so whether it's MailChimp or your website host itself, and check with your email or with your web host, right? If they have their own email system, that would be right, free and right there, easy for you to incorporate into your website. As well as customers, right? If you already have paying customers, they should be on your email list, obviously. So they have entered their email to buy something, then you should follow up for them to buy something else, right? Or they might also be interested in your other products. So that would be a great thing to do. So the template, find a template, something that's easy to use, because if it's easy and you know how to do it, you're going to do it more often, right? Obviously. And once you set that template up once, then you can change it out for the holidays, you could change it out for the seasons, you can change it out for new products. It's really easy once you have your system kind of in place. Like, okay, every newsletter I'm going to talk about what's going on that's new, either my latest blog and then my latest products and then maybe my popular products, or services or something new, or if you're having interesting things happening on the social media, you could send them to an event. If you have an event, that would be a great place to talk about it in your newsletter, right? We have this event coming up, don't forget to sign up and have a button to go to that link or whatever. So the template is a really great place to start. Number 3, I would say schedule, right? Set up a schedule that you can do. So something that's consistent, start with once a month, work up to once a week, more often if you're up for it. So those would be some great ideas to start a schedule. And then the 4th kind of secret tip is really ChatGPT or whatever AI tool you want to use. But ask ChatGPT to write you an email, or what are some email ideas, right? That would be a great place to start. What are some email ideas for life coaching? What are some email subject lines for makeup or a makeover for the holidays, right? Or winter refresh, self-care, or ask ChatGPT, what are some email ideas for my target audience? Those would be some great places to start. So hopefully that's given you a few ideas. If you are someone who does not have a freebie set up or a system for collecting emails and you're interested, if you want more strategy, just say strategy below. If that's something that you're interested in, or just an overall lead generation strategy. If you're looking for a way to get warm leads, qualified leads to your business, let's talk. I would love to talk more with you. I offer a free social media audit. Everyone is welcome to one of those. You can always schedule it with me. We just quickly talk about what you're currently doing and what's working and what's not working. And then I can give some helpful tips on what I know to be more effective. Over the last decade, I've learned what businesses do that doesn't work, and I've learned what does work. So let's talk about an effective strategy to help move your business forward. So anyway, hopefully you guys all have easy weeks. I know the holidays are coming up. I probably will not do a live next week. So hopefully you all enjoy the holidays, and we'll catch you on the next one.